Hello, everyone. My name is Wes Asma. Welcome to another episode of Two Ways to Skin a Cat, a show where we talk career experiences, entrepreneurship, and investments. The main aim is to show that there's more than one way to be successful other than just climbing the corporate ladder. Today, we are at a different time to cater for someone on the other side of the world, but we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube, and the show will be available on podcast by tomorrow. For those listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave us a rating. If you're joining us live, if you're on your way to work, drop a one in the comments. If you're watching the recording, drop a two in the comments. My guest for this week is Fatima Tsuro-Nyimo. She's a chartered accountant based in, is it Sydney, Australia, on the other side of the world. Wow.
Yes, it's Sydney.
She completed her articles and worked in South Africa for more than a decade, and now she's based in Sydney, Australia. So she completed her articles, worked in South Africa, and then moved. Fatima, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you always for having me here.
Let's jump straight in. Tell us your story. Where do you come from? And even outside of work, who is Fatima Tsuro-Nyimo? Give us the backstory.
Okay, Fatima is a lady from Zimbabwe, Harare, Zimbabwe. I am a mom and also a wife. I've got three beautiful girls. I went to school from primary in Harare, Zimbabwe until university. Then I moved to South Africa in 2008. I started my articles at HLB CMA South Africa. I worked for HLB for about 7 years, and then I went on to work for Veritas Accountants. From Veritas Accountants, I moved to Brandmore Chartered Accountant. Brandmore Chartered Accountant, I went on to work for WJM Accountants, which is a part of GBM group of companies. From WJM, I went to work for Makosi. For Makosi, Makosi is a consulting firm, but I was actually seconded to PwC US and also Cherry Becker, where I was doing EBP audits. And for PwC US, I was actually focusing on real estates and funds management.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so when I moved from Zimbabwe going to South Africa, I also had to study BComs until I qualified to be a chartered accountant. So I left Makosi to come to Australia in 2022, where I was sponsored by PwC Australia, and I'm still with PwC Australia today.
Amazing. And outside of work?
So outside of work, I like playing netball. I'm not really good, but yeah, I like playing netball because one of my daughters is also playing netball. So I just join in just to have some fun.
Okay, okay, gives us a good idea. Uh, so let's talk quickly about Australia. Nobody moves to the other side of the world on a whim. Why did you choose Australia? Talk us through how long it took you and how long it took you to decide.
So I moved to Australia for career growth. It doesn't mean that in South Africa I had not developed enough, but an opportunity came and then I had to grab it. And yeah, the results are coming, and I'm enjoying every moment in at PwC Australia.
Okay, amazing, amazing. And how long was I mean, the opportunity came. How long did it take you to decide? Like, I'm assuming there was an offer. I mean, you've got, like you said, you've got kids, you've got a family. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm moving tomorrow." Talk us through that.
No, no, it took a long, not really a long time, but I got everything sorted by May, and then I moved in November 2022 because I had some things that I needed to sort out before I relocated. I had spent like 15 years in South Africa, so there was a lot that I wanted to sort out, and kids changing schools and everything. It was a lot.
Okay, okay. And how long does the move process take, and what learnings can you share with us from those who want to also go through the moving process?
So to tell you the truth, always my journey was a quick one. from approval letters, from applying the visa and everything. It was everything happened so fast. So it depends. It's not the same with everybody. So for me, it was a quick process, and yeah, that's all I can say about it.
Okay. And are we talking months? Are we talking weeks? Days?
It happened in I think over 2 months
Okay.
from the offer, from the interviews and everything. Yes,
It's a quick turnaround. I mean,
it
I
was a quick
suppose.
turnaround. It was a
And
quick turnaround.
did you, mindset wise? So I'm assuming you applied or you got an opportunity. Again, you're moving your whole life. Did you already have the mindset before you started the interview? Like, I could be moving my whole career, my whole life to the other side of the world, or was it only after you had the discussion?
So when I was with Makosi, right, I just enjoyed working for PwC US. So with that in mind already, even when I had the interviews, I was really looking forward to it. But by the moment you get to November, everything just kicks in that you're leaving. You're starting a whole new life. And the other thing is, I didn't know anybody in Sydney. It was just like moving to Australia without knowing anybody. But yeah, sometimes you just have to listen to your inner voice. I did it, and anybody can do it.
And how has the integration process worked? Have you been able to set up a network or a support system on that side?
Yeah, so I've got a nice and a good support system. I've got friends. I One of them is actually watching. She's also from South Africa. She's also a CA. So we connected, and I think Sakai has got some events that they carry out. We often attend those events as well.
Okay, okay, so
So I've got
that
a good
helps a lot.
network. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, and how does Australia compare to South Africa work-wise and lifestyle-wise?
So okay, I'll first speak about South Africa, right? So when I was in South Africa, I'll talk about my own personal journey. Sometimes you will be on top and everything going on, but I would say to somebody, it's good to go out there and see what other people are doing. So from the time I came to Australia, I've learned a lot. I'm not saying that South Africa there isn't any growth or anything, but it actually opens your mind, and it also opens your eyes to understand what other people are doing, and it results in a lot of growth. So I'm happy about that one. Yeah.
For the audience, we will be responding to questions towards the end, so please add your questions to the comment section as we go along so that we don't miss them. And you gave us your backstory. You basically you remained in audit your whole career. What is audit in Australia like compared to South Africa? Is it very different? Is it very similar? Talk us through that.
So audit is still the same. Audit is audit everywhere. The only thing that I feel like I'm still learning is tax. I know South African tax in and out, but when I got to Australia, there are other things that I'm trying to upskill myself, but everything is actually the same.
Okay, okay. So I mean that's good to know because then at least you know you're coming to something reasonably similar. I suppose it's also a former British colony, so they have that same common law, those kind of things in place. Okay. Um, if you've
Correct.
got someone, let's say somebody's watching the show, and they are sitting there thinking of moving to Australia, they might be a professional, a professional accountant specifically. Where should they go to first?
If I may say, there are a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. Um, I'm sure if somebody wants to move, they also want to be sponsored, or maybe you have the PR. But what I can say is there are a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. Just scroll through and you can find one that you qualify for, and you can just apply, and the rest is
And
history.
you said PR. What does PR mean?
It's a permanent
Oh, it's
residence.
okay.
Yes.
And I noticed also in on your LinkedIn profile you've got the CASA and then CA ANZ, which I'm assuming is the Australian New Zealand qualification. Did you have to write another exam to get that? How did you get that extra qualification?
Okay, so I CA SICA has got a reciprocal agreement with CANZ. So I just had to register and pay for that, no exams written. I don't think I would want to do it again after going through psych exams. So it was a win-win situation for me. I just converted.
So I
Yeah.
think the only thing is now you're paying in South Africa and you're paying in Australia. That would be the difference.
So where's one thing that I can tell you, I really value my psych qualification and I don't want to lose it. I worked hard for it. I call myself a comrade when it comes to that qualification, and I'm still holding on to it. So yeah, I'll have both until, but I don't think I'm gonna change. I'll keep them both.
I like that approach. That makes sense. And okay, so I mean, you said LinkedIn is a good place for for people to look for jobs. Is there can they apply through Psych? I suppose you can't apply through Psycha, but those different Psycha, how do people get access to those Psycha events that are happening in Australia? Do they have to contact Psycha directly, or do they have to contact people that they know?
So if one is still a Psycha member, if you log into the Psycha website, like in your profile, there are a lot of Psycha events that happens outside South Africa. Like for myself, there are a lot that happens in Sydney. You can just register; it's for free, and then the rest is history. And the other thing is, we often get emails from Psycha. So if you check on those emails, you can see everything that is happening. Maybe every month or after every 3 months, the events that they offer to people who are qualified and registered with Psycha.
Okay, amazing. The other thing that I know, well, actually, the thing that comes to mind is how do you keep up with your CPD if you're on that side of the world, or is the CPD the same?
So with CPD, what I've been doing is that because I'm with PwC we have a lot of upskilling that happens inside the organization, and I also tend to attend a lot outside, and I still attend like the taxis, the sustainability, the cycle ones. Sometimes I have to pay the 150 or the 100 rand just to attend those.
Okay, that makes sense. And before we move over to, I see there's some questions from the audience coming through, but before we move over to that, one thing I noticed also about your career is you've been in audit your whole career, so you must love it. Um, audit is for some people and it's not for some people. Like it wasn't for me after my articles. But uh, do you see yourself remaining in audit for the rest of your career, or would you consider moving? What's on your mind?
So, Ways, I'll tell you something. The goal was always to become a partner, but life happened. I'm still hoping that one day it would happen. And it it didn't happen until today, but one day I'm sure it's gonna happen. I am an auditor at heart, so that's why I keep on pushing. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but all I can tell you is that I've been in audit because I love audit. That's all I can
Amazing.
say. Audit is in my blood, if I may
I
say
like
it that way.
I like it. That's impressive. That's impressive. Let's move over to some questions. I see there's a question here from Ernest who says, "How do you find the work-life balance in Australia compared to your experience in South Africa?"
Okay, I'm gonna talk about a story. So it was a shocker for me. Like when I came, okay, in South Africa, everything will be okay. There is normal work-life balance because you've got a helper, right? But when you come here, there is no helper. But thank God for. I always say that I appreciate the work from home policies and everything that has been offered by my current company. Because if it wasn't for that, I don't know how I was going to manage work life balance in Australia. So, with all the policies that they have in place, I think work life balance in Australia is quite good. I hope I've answered you well, Ernest.
Definitely answered as well. Let me just see if there's any. Okay. Any last few words from you or anything we didn't discuss that you'd like the audience to know?
So, always, I just want to tell somebody out there, maybe somebody who's attempting ITC and they keep on failing. I was one of them before, but I did not give up. I want to tell somebody that we've got different seasons in life. I know it's a very, very difficult journey to become a chartered accountant, but you have to keep on pushing and you have to tell your inner soul that you can do it. And I just want to tell somebody as well. I know we are all in, most of the people, maybe the audience, most of them, they are still in audit. I just want to tell them that wherever you are, whatever you're doing now, that's the right place where you're supposed to be. If you have not, if you didn't get any promotion, if you didn't get to pass an exam, it means that you are being redirected. Keep on pushing. We've got different seasons in life, and you have to keep on pushing. One day it will happen, and always seek help. I know with ITC, sometimes you tell yourself that, oh, I've nailed CTA, I've done my undergrad, and I'm quite good. But always seek help when things start going the other way.
Keep pushing and always seek help. I think that is a great way to end. Show has been live on YouTube and should be available on podcast by tomorrow. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast and you feel that it's added value, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell to get automatically notified when the next episode comes out. Fatima, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us.
It's a pleasure always, and thank you for having me on this podcast and this LinkedIn Live event.